Welcome to the talk today on Feed Your Brain. It's so great to see everyone here. I appreciate everyone for coming. So I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Randy Cestero. I am a functional medicine health coach at See Beyond Medicine. I've been a health coach for over 15 years, and I've worked with various doctors from a cardiologist to reproductive endocrinologist. And my area of expertise is always helping clients making dietary and lifestyle changes, specializing in PCOS, weight loss, infertility, and a happy brain. So, okay. Okay, so today we're going to discuss the importance of what makes a healthy brain and why brain health is crucial for overall well-being and cognitive health. And the purpose of today's talk is focused on exploring various aspects of the brain, including nutrition, antioxidants, supplements, mindfulness, and specific testing that would be conclusive of any brain for brain health. So let's get started on this journey together to understand how to feed our brain for a happier and healthier future. So first, I'm going to talk a little bit about optimizing the brain and what are some key nutrients that support brain health. And also, I just want to share what is the brain. So the brain is actually a complex organ that controls our thoughts, memory, emotions, motor skills, and hunger. Okay, so what are the key nutrients that support a healthy brain? So the first one I'm going to talk about is omega-3 fatty acids. So why are these so essential for brain health? So they're essential because they support, they're essential for the brain structure, and they also aid with reducing inflammation, and they help to stabilize moods and prevent cognitive decline. And specific foods that actually contain omega-3s are salmon, sardines, flax seeds, and walnuts. The second one I'm going to talk about is antioxidants. So antioxidant is another key nutrient in supporting a healthy brain. So antioxidants would be vitamin C and E, along with flavonoids found in fruits and vegetables, which are actually known to protect the brain from oxidative stress and free radical damage. So specific foods that are high in antioxidants is berries, dark chocolate, and green leafy vegetables. All of these protect the brain from oxidative stress, which can actually result in damaged brain cells. And now I just want to talk a little bit about what is oxidative stress? So oxidative stress is basically an imbalance between two different types of molecules in your body. They're free radicals and antioxidants. It means that there are too many free radicals and not enough antioxidants if your body is in oxidative stress mode. As a result, the excess free radicals start to harm the body's cells and tissues. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about B vitamins. So B vitamins, particularly B6 and B12. These vitamins are vital for brain function, mood, and also aid with giving us energy. It does help with the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. Foods that are high in B vitamins would be greens, eggs, legumes, and protein sources. So specific protein sources that are also high in B vitamins would be fish, chicken, beans, plant-based proteins, and nutritional yeast. Protein does aid with repairing and building brain tissue. So as we know, protein is always essential to have in our diet. So the next one is vitamin D. So vitamin D supports cognitive function, primarily in memory, attention, and processing speed. It's involved in the synthesis of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. It plays a crucial role in our mood because serotonin is affiliated with feelings of well-being and happiness. Okay, so the next one is choline. So choline is very, very important for brain development because it also helps with memory. So choline is very, very important. The specific food sources that contain choline is eggs, liver, and soy products. Okay, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about magnesium. So magnesium, this is a mineral that supports neurotransmitter functions and protects against neurotoxins. So basically it prevents against any nerve tissue damage. And it's also the prevention treatment for neurological disorders. Magnesium could be used in many different facets. It could also aid with lowering blood pressure. It could give you a sense of calmness, and it can also aid with a deeper sleep. Some sources of magnesium would be nuts, seeds, beans, and leafy greens. Okay. So now I just want to talk a little bit about glucose. So how does glucose affect our brain? Brain uses glucose as a primary source of energy. It's a consistent supply of glucose from meals. So basically, when you're eating a meal that has healthy carbs, protein, and healthy fats, you're obviously giving your brain a steady supply of glucose. It does aid with concentration and mental clarity. So always eating healthy, nutritious meals is always helpful for our brain. So I found this really interesting about the best diet in preventing cognitive decline. So in Dr. Budson's opinion from Harvard Health Publishing, he feels that the Mediterranean diet is one of the best diets in preventing cognitive decline. And why is that? Because it's rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, healthy fats, and it's shown to reduce cognitive decline because of its anti-inflammatory properties. And it also helps to protect against brain damage. So a Mediterranean diet is a great diet if anyone is concerned with cognitive decline. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the role of antioxidants on brain health. So antioxidants play a crucial role in brain health because they are protecting the brain from oxidative stress. And that can be contributing factors for cognitive decline. So antioxidants actually help to neutralize the free radicals, therefore supporting better cognitive decline and overall brain function. So I just want to sort of talk a little bit about what is oxidative stress. So oxidative stress is caused by free radicals that can lead to inflammation and can damage cells. Oxidative stress is the imbalance between two types of molecules in your body, free radicals and antioxidants. So you're always looking to increase antioxidants to reduce free radical damage. Now let's talk about some foods that we could start to incorporate in our diet that would be high in antioxidants. So blueberries are actually very, very high in antioxidants, and they're actually known to delay age-related decline. The next one is strawberries. So strawberries are very sweet and they're versatile. They are also known to improve memory retention. Artichokes. Artichokes are a great source of dietary fiber, minerals, and antioxidants. It can assist also with brain function. Another one that's really interesting is goji berries. So goji berries is often marked as a superfood because they're very high in minerals, and vitamins. And goji berries normally would be sold at a health food store. You can find them unsweetened as well. The other one would be dark chocolate. So dark chocolate obviously has some very impressive health benefits. It does aid with decreasing inflammation, and it can also reduce your risk of heart disease. Pecans. So pecans are very high in healthy fats, and they also protect the brain from oxidative stress. Pecans are also relatively high in iron. You could use regular pecans, or you could also use a pecan butter, which would also help with aiding against oxidative stress. Kale is another one. So kale is one of the most popular nutritious foods on the planet. It's rich in calcium, vitamin A, K, and C. And it's very, very high in antioxidants. And again, kale can also protect the brain from oxidative stress, which, as we know, is known to damage brain cells. Okay. So what drinks are high in antioxidants if we wanted to start to incorporate any drinks? So green tea is very, very high in antioxidants, and pomegranate juice and acai juice. You could use acai in a juice form, or you could also make them in a bowl form as well in a blender. But that's very, very high in antioxidants. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to hydration. So this is often overlooked. Hydration actually plays a critical role in brain health. And based on Cambridge University Press, it is well known that water is essential for human homeostasis and survival. Only recently have we begun to understand its role in maintenance of brain function. We integrate emerging evidence regarding the effects of both dehydration and additional acute water consumption on cognition and mood. So it's really interesting, right? And they're basically saying that women need to drink roughly around 9 cups of water a day, while men need to drink around 13 cups of water a day. So for women, that's around 2 liters, and for men, that's around 3 liters. So hydration is really, really imperative around brain function. And there are different ways that you can incorporate hydration into your daily diet. One would be obviously just increasing water, but you can also use electrolytes, or you could get an unsweetened electrolyte powder and add it to your water anywhere from 1 to 3 times a day. It would also protect, electrolytes also protect muscle mass as well. Or you could get an unsweetened coconut water. Coconut water is naturally high in electrolytes. Or you could always get a hydration IV drip if you just feel like you're not getting enough water consumption in. Okay. So now I'm going to move on. So now we're going to talk about supplements to support brain health. And what are the top supplements to really support brain health? So NAC is probably one of the most popular supplements to support brain health. NAC has anti-inflammatory properties and antioxidants, which is why it's so popular in protecting brain health. It can help prevent against cognitive decline. It's also a precursor to the amino acid cysteine, which helps to produce glutathione, which is one of the body's most important antioxidants. NAC comes in a supplement form, or you could also get NAC in an IV drip form as well. And that would be determined by your doctor. And just to go back a little bit about glutathione, as I mentioned before, it's one of the body's most important antioxidants. There are certain foods that actually contain glutathione that you can also start to incorporate in your diet on a regular basis. And those would be avocados, turmeric, almonds, and okra. And turmeric, again, can be used as, you could use it as seasoning, or you could also take it in a supplement form, which would work as anti-inflammatory, and it would also support joint health and brain health as well. The other supplement that's also very, very popular is a fish oil. So fish oil is omega-3, EPA, and DHA. Omega-3 is a fatty acid that may improve brain function and development of all stages in life. Fish oil is a very popular over-the-counter supplement, and it is extracted from most fattier fishes, like sardines, anchovies, mackerel, and salmon. Fish oil primarily contains two types of omega-3 fatty acids, and that would be EPA and DHA. These two fatty acids actually help to protect the cell membrane and have a powerful anti-inflammatory function within the body. So it does reduce inflammation. It's also very, very good for protecting the heart as well. Okay, now I'm going to talk about magnesium. Oh, okay. So magnesium does aid with cognitive function. It does help with mood regulation, and it enhances memory and learning. It also helps to regulate cortisol levels, so it aids with making us feel calmer. Okay, so the next one is B vitamins, which I'm sure everyone has heard about. B6 and B12 play a very, very important role in brain health. They do protect the brain from oxidative stress and also DNA repair. So B vitamins are really, really important, a B complex or just a B12, but those are very, very important for protecting the brain. You can also get B vitamins from protein as well. Okay, so vitamin D supports cognitive function, particularly memory, attention, processing, and speed. It's involved in the synthesis of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. It does play a crucial role on our mood because serotonin is associated with feelings of well-being and happiness. Vitamin D, roughly based on functional medicine, would normally we like to see everyone's values around 60. So if you see that your vitamin D is low, you could certainly talk to your doctor about a supplement. Or you could also use sunlight to enhance your vitamin D as well. So as you know, vitamin D is a fat-soluble supplement, and it's known as the sunshine vitamin. The most natural source comes from the skin synthesizing vitamin D when exposed to sunlight, and it's normally recommended anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes of sun exposure a few times a week without sunscreen. Foods that contain vitamin D are again fish, which is the fattier fish, salmon, mackerel, egg yolks, and some fortified foods are high in vitamin D. Certain milks and cereals are fortified with vitamin D. Vitamin D, again, comes in a supplement form, or you can get it in an injectable form. So while these supplements can support brain health, it's always important to speak to your medical provider before taking any new supplements. Supplements always work best and better absorption in the body when it's combined with a healthy diet and lifestyle. Okay. So now I'm going to move on to practical strategies to eating healthy under stress. Okay. So first, I just want to talk a little bit about what is stress, right? So stress is our body's natural response to challenges, demands, and perceived threats. Types of stress: there is acute, short term, chronic, long term, and then everyone's heard of flight or fight, which releases hormones, adrenaline, and cortisol levels. So when we are in a chronic stress mode, it definitely affects our food choices. So how eating under stress affects your food choices. So I want to talk a little bit today about mindful eating. So eating under stress can really have effects on the brain because cortisol levels can increase cravings for high calorie, sugary, and fatty foods, often known as comfort foods. Triggers for more emotional eating would come from being under acute stress. So it would make our choices, we would lean toward making more unhealthy food choices unless we're trying to practice mindful eating. So let's talk about 3 ways that we could practice mindful eating. Number 1 is pay attention to the experience of eating and drinking. Top 3 ways to incorporate mindful eating into your daily life. Number 1 is to eat slow and savor your food. Take time to chew your food, appreciate the flavors, textures, and aromas. This practice gives your brain a signal that you are full. So this allows you to not overeat and also crave foods that would be unhealthy for you. The second thing is you want to try to remove distractions. So you want to eat without engaging with other activities like watching TV or scrolling through your phone or working. This allows you to focus on the art of eating. The other thing that's very helpful is to practice gratitude. Take a moment before you eat to express gratitude for your food. Say thank you, say a prayer, appreciate the fact that you have this beautiful meal in front of you, but this allows you to have positive, mindful approach around food and a healthier relationship around food and eating. Okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit about healthy eating to balance cortisol levels. So what is cortisol levels? Cortisol levels is basically our stress hormone. So what foods help to balance cortisol levels? So regulating cortisol levels through your diet involves consuming foods that stabilize your blood sugar levels, reduce inflammation, and support overall hormone balance. Dark leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and Swiss chard, which are rich in magnesium, can calm down the nervous system. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries, as we know, are very high in antioxidant, but they do help to lower your oxidative stress response. Fatty fish like salmon and sardines, which we know are high in omega-3s, and they have anti-inflammatory properties, and they do reduce cortisol production. Avocados, which are very rich in healthy fats, B vitamins, and potassium, they do help to regulate your cortisol levels as well. Another thing that can also help to lower your cortisol levels or reduce stress would be certain types of herbal teas. So green tea, ashwagandha tea, chamomile tea, or holy basil tea all have calming effects on the body, promotes relaxation, and can also lower your cortisol levels. So let's learn how antioxidants can support your cortisol levels. Support regulation of cortisol levels by reducing oxidative stress, neutralizing free radical cells, helping to reduce oxidative stress, and always lowering your cortisol levels. Can adaptogens aid with balancing out cortisol levels? So adaptogens are plants that target specific chemical reaction in the body by modifying the stress response. This can help get your body back into homeostasis, which is a state of balance. So adaptogens are actually very, very important if you feel like you're under a tremendous amount of stress. Really, really important to make sure you are adding in adaptogens. Foods that are high in adaptogens would be mushrooms and herbs. Ashwagandha is known to have stress-relieving properties to it. So ashwagandha comes in a supplement. Again, holy basil tea, which is used to reduce anxiety. Ginseng tea also improves energy and mental clarity and aids with reducing stress. Maca root, which is known for balancing hormones and enhancing mood, particularly in a response to stress. So maca root would come in a powdered form or a supplement. And if it comes in a powdered form, you can always add it to your shake. Okay, so how does cortisol levels have an impact on your brain? Well, often referred to, as we know, as the stress hormone, it does play a crucial role in your body's response to stress. Chronically elevated cortisol levels can negatively impact your brain health. So if you've ever noticed when you're under stress, it really impacts your memory and learning. Stress can shrink the hippocampus region of the brain, impairing your ability to form new memories and retrieve old ones. It can also impair cognitive function, and it can elevate cortisol levels, which would have an effect on your concentration and your overall well-being. Also, it can have an effect on anxiety and depression because it affects the release of serotonin and dopamine. So what are some nutrition and lifestyle strategies to help regulate cortisol levels? So nutrition strategies to help regulate your cortisol levels is always eat regular balanced meals. Always try to have a protein with each meal, vegetables, healthy fats, and a complex carb. Be mindful, try not to skip meals when possible. Lifestyle strategies is always really, really important because exercise is crucial for brain health and our mood. So whether you want to try to, set a goal for 10,000 steps a day, yoga, swimming, biking, anything along those lines, but lifestyle interventions are very, very important. The other one that is often overlooked is adequate sleep. It's really, really important to prioritize anywhere from 7 to 9 hours of sleep. If you feel like you have trouble sleeping or you suffer from insomnia, you might want to consider My Sleep, which was formulated by Dr. Lee. The other thing that's very important for lifestyle strategies is mindfulness. Mindfulness, when we practice daily meditation or deep breathing, this allows us to reduce stress, therefore reducing our cortisol levels. Okay. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about testing. Is there a specific testing that we can do to see what is happening with our overall health and our brain health? So here is some functional medicine testing to assess your brain health. So the first one is the Dutch test. And what is the Dutch test? The Dutch test is one of the most advanced hormone tests. It offers an extensive profile of sex and adrenal hormones to identify symptoms of hormone imbalance. And how does the Dutch test impact our brain health? Well, it would show if there's any abnormal cortisol levels. If they are too high or too low, it can lead to impaired memory. Hormones play a role in regulating neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which are crucial for mood, motivation, and cognitive function. Okay. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about Defy Your DNA. So what is Defy Your DNA? And this is probably one of the more interesting functional medicine testing, because Defy Your DNA actually is a test that aims to provide insights into how your unique genetic makeup would potentially affect your health. And using this genetic information, it can aid with mitigating genetic predispositions. So it actually shows us what genes you might be predisposed to, and then your medical provider would offer recommendations, whether it's supplements or interventions in terms of any lifestyle changes. So how does Defy Your DNA affect your brain health? Well, by providing you with personalized insights into genetic factors that influence cognitive function, mental health, and overall brain health. The test may reveal markers associated with cognitive health. So there can be specific genes associated with your cognitive health. How can I mitigate the risk associated with my genetic factors? So it would involve dietary, lifestyle, and medical interventions. You would want to make sure you're always incorporating a nutritious, rich diet filled with antioxidants and anti-inflammatory foods. You want to add in phytochemicals, again, to reduce the inflammation in the body, which would be like curcumin, turmeric, broccoli. All of those have anti-inflammatory properties to them. Regular exercise is very, very important in hoping to mitigate the expression of the genes. Stress reduction is equally as important to practice mindfulness and meditation. And sleep is crucial. So sleep is really, really important, hoping to get anywhere from 6 to 8 hours of sleep per night, and in hopes that we're not waking up periodically throughout the night. If you feel like you are, you always can consider something like My Sleep and L-theanine, holy basil, anything along those lines that would just help to calm the neurotransmitters in the brain. So we cannot change our genetic code. However, we can influence how our genes are expressed by making dietary and lifestyle changes. Okay, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about the gut-brain connection. So the gut-brain connection. So this is where we're going to talk a little bit about the CDSA test, which is a stool test. What is the gut microbiome? What role does our gut hormone have over our brain health? Practical strategies, and the role of prebiotics versus probiotics. Okay, so what can the CDSA test tell us about our brain health? Well, CDSA is a comprehensive 3-day stool test, and it's detailed to assess your digestive health by analyzing the stool sample by your medical provider. It can offer insights that are indirectly related to brain health. And what is the gut microbiome? The gut microbiome is the balance of beneficial and harmful bacteria in your gut. So we are obviously, when we're looking at the CDSA test, we're looking at the good and the bad bacteria that's in your gut. The gut microbiome plays a crucial role in brain health through the gut-brain axis. Imbalances in the gut bacteria can lead to inflammation, which is linked to mood disorder, anxiety, and depression, and sometimes cognitive decline. So, what role does gut hormones have on our brain health? Certain gut bacteria, which is involved in the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin, which helps to regulate our mood and makes us feel happy. The CDSA test can reveal imbalances in the gut bacteria that might be affecting your neurotransmitter production. And what strategies can you take to maintain a healthy gut? So, really, really important to maintain a healthy gut-brain relationship by always supporting your digestive system. Prioritize a gut-friendly diet filled with lots of fiber. Fiber supports the friendly gut bacteria and the fatty acids, which are also essential for brain health. Vegetables, fruits, and supplements are obviously very high in fiber. If you are interested in a supplement for fiber, you could use Go Fiber, or psyllium husk is also a very helpful source of fiber, and it also helps to lower cholesterol. Always try to include fermented foods in your diet. Yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, those all contain probiotics that help to maintain a healthy gut flora, which can positively actually have an impact on your mood and cognitive health. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about probiotics and prebiotics. So probiotics and prebiotics are really significant to your overall gut health. Probiotics are live beneficial bacteria that enhance your gut microbiome. Certain strains, like Lactobacillus, is more of a friendly bacteria, and that can reduce inflammation. Prebiotics, which is non-digestible fibers, they feed beneficial gut bacteria. Prebiotics help to maintain the balance of the microbiome, which is really essential for brain health. So the CDSA test, here's a sample of the CDSA test, where you could see that the CDSA test would give us a better indication of how this patient is doing in terms of if the pancreatic enzymes are working properly to break down food and turn it into energy, if there's any inflammation or any type of infection in the gut. And also it would tell us exactly what type of probiotic would be needed for that particular patient. Okay, I just want to share a really interesting case study around brain health. So this particular patient, 86-year-old female, she came in, she had issues with memory loss and fatigue. 8 weeks into the patient following the treatment plan, the patient noticed less brain fog, less cognitive decline, and an increased energy. And the patient's treatment plan was diet, anti-inflammatory diet to reduce free radicals, a specific IV protocol that was tailored from her doctor, stress reduction, and supplements. So when we talk a little bit about the anti-inflammatory diet to reduce free radicals, you're always looking to increase protein, vegetables, remove sugar, and always increase hydration. This particular patient's IV protocol was mistletoe, which is a native group of plants that can be used to reduce the risk of a tumor recurrence and stimulate the immune system. Cerbomycin is another IV that improves the brain's ability to self-repair by stimulating neurorecovery. The other particular IV drip that this patient was receiving was Brain Power IV, which improves the patient's memory. She also followed stress reduction, so she's doing acupuncture with Dr. Lee. Supplements, this particular patient was put on Mega Omega, my energy, and vitamin D. So you could see in a very short amount of time, this patient was already seeing the effects from her diet, her IV protocol, stress reduction, and targeted supplements based on her lab work. Okay, so here's an example of a tailored treatment plan for a patient. Somebody's coming in experiencing brain fog or any form of cognitive decline, or is concerned that they might carry the gene for cognitive decline. The medical provider would assess and perhaps put the patient on NAD, whether it's going to be in an IV, injectables, or supplement form. She might start on the Brain Power IV, which would help to improve the patient's brain fog, acupuncture for stress reduction, and then we would certainly give the patient NAD. We would want to make sure that the patient is sleeping a solid 8 hours a night. We would want to give the patient Mega Omega to reduce any particular brain damage. We would want to give the patient magnesium to support the cortisol levels and make sure that the patient's vitamin D is at an adequate level. And then work with the patient on their diet. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little bit of a fun exercise with you. And it's called the Healthy, Happy Brain exercise. And I just wanted to read a quote that I found that was really interesting from the Harvard Health Publishing. Maintaining good brain health is crucial to preserve cognitive function and emotional well-being. Oops. A combination of diet, regular exercise, physical activity, mental stimulation, and quality sleep is essential for optimal brain health. Okay, so here's our exercise. If everyone wants to get a pen and paper, and if you want to write down on your piece of paper, gratitude, exercise, social, meditation, and nutrition. Okay. And as you're writing them down, so gratitude is something I say we all take for granted. We never give ourselves or anything in our lives enough gratitude, right? So it's really important to be mindful of gratitude. So I'd love for you to write down 3 things you are grateful for. And you don't have to share, that's all good. Keep it. So if you could write down 3 things you're grateful for, and if you could try to read these every day to show yourself daily reflection of gratitude. This practice can shift your brain focus to positive aspects in life that enhance your overall well-being, and it is known to reduce stress as well. And then exercise. If everyone wants to just write down 3 forms of exercise they enjoy doing. So exercise, engaging in regular workouts, enhances for a better sleep, reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, and it also keeps you at a very healthy weight. It also releases endorphins, which are known as the happy hormone. So as you're writing down 3 forms of exercise that you enjoy doing, think about ways that you can incorporate even just one of those into a daily routine for you. Social engagement. So social engagement, so learning the importance of staying social. So staying social, having meaningful interactions, meaningful friendships in your life, and engage in social activities that bring you joy. So social interactions directly affect your brain's mood. So you immediately feel happier from being socially engaged with people that are uplifting to you. A few ways to engage in social activities would be you could potentially join a club. You could reach out to a friend on the phone. You could make plans, create a gathering, a potluck, anything along those lines. But social engagement is very, very important for overall long-term cognitive health. Meditation. So meditation, practicing mindfulness and meditation increases awareness and reduces stress. You could always look at other apps if you were interested in engaging in a meditation practice. Calm is always a very good app. But focusing on the mind is very, very important. It helps, again, to reduce insomnia, anxiety, and helps to lower stress. And you could also, if you wanted a reference point, Psychology Today has some great resources on staying social and meditation and learning how to take care of your emotional well-being. And then the last one is nutrition. So maintaining a healthy, balanced diet, focusing on whole grains, proteins, healthy fats, fruits, and vegetables. And if you were to write down 3 ways that you could increase your diet to be healthier, what would be 3 ways that you could have an impact on your diet? One might be preparing your meals. Another might be ordering in healthier meals, maybe doing a potluck and cooking together with some friends so you have enough healthy meals for the week. Anything that might engage in allowing you to eat healthy, balanced meals throughout the day. Okay, so that was our brain exercise. And you can always come back and do this at any time, but it is a great exercise to do sometimes daily or just with friends. Okay, so I just wanted to share some recommendations I have with you. So again, my seminar is only meant to inspire you to create lasting changes that allows you to have a happy, healthy brain. Some really cool talks that I listened to was The Science of Well-Being, led by a Yale University professor, Laurie Santos. She's on YouTube. It's a great seminar. I loved all of her talks. Then there's another one, Andrew Huberman, called the Huberman Lab. He actually really helps listeners live a healthier, more fulfilling life. So these are great people to listen to. They're uplifting, and they share really good insights on how to have a more meaningful, happy, well-balanced life. Some book recommendations that I personally love is The Art of Happiness by the Dalai Lama. Time Smart, How to Reclaim Your Time by Ashley William, is a Harvard Business School professor. Brainmaker, The Power of Gut Microbiomes to Heal by Dr. Holmeter. An app that I happen to like is Calm, and some resources that I've used is healthyline.com and Harvard Health Publishing. So I'm just going to briefly go through some key takeaways. Always try to reduce inflammation in your diet. Consider the Mediterranean diet. Practice mindful eating. Incorporate antioxidants. Consult with your doctor about testing. Practice gratitude. Exercise daily. Stay hydrated. And always prioritize your mental health and well-being above anything else. And maintain a healthy, balanced diet. And I just want to share with you Dr. Lee's book, See Beyond Obesity. There are some pages that I really, really enjoyed in her book. So, for example, page 219, where she really, really emphasizes the importance of sleep. So sleep is, as we all know, is probably one of the best forms of medicine. And Dr. Lee recommends trying to get roughly around 8 hours of straight sleep a night. She did formulate the supplement called My Sleep, which is a unique supplement, which is blended with magnesium, lemon balm, GABA, and other ingredients as well. It's a very, very effective supplement. So, and then, of course, the Dalai Lama says sleep is the best medicine. Okay, page 266, she talks about stress reduction. So she loves to use a lavender aromatherapy mist, which is helping for calming and anxiety. I happen to love the brand Dr. Teal's is a great brand, but that is great if you feel like you just want to reduce stress on a daily basis or you want to use it before you go to bed, anything along those lines. Lavender, as you know, promotes relaxation. Page 267, social. A sense of community and belonging is very, very important during all stages of life, and it's really never to be overlooked. So always keep close ties with all of your friends and family members. Page 343, choosing the right doctor. I love this one. You always want to try to find a doctor or a medical provider who will actually listen to you, a doctor that will prescribe lifestyle changes before prescribing medicine. And then what is See Beyond Medicine? Page 353. See Beyond is a functional medicine practice led by Dr. Lee, who's double board certified in functional medicine. We offer a personalized approach to healthcare that focuses on the root cause of your health issues in a very supportive environment. And that's it. I hope everyone enjoyed the talk. And I just want to mention that no information given at this talk should ever substitute your medical provider. Always consult with your doctor before making any supplemental changes in your diet. I thank you so much for joining, and I hope you have a beautiful evening. Thank you.